Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Tensura x COTE. The God and the Genius by Tempest_Moon. Chapter 5. Rimuru's Resolve. Rimuru Pav, look at them. They're not even paying attention towards the teachers. On the second day of class, I see students sleeping, talking with each other and playing around while the teacher was discussing our lesson. She didn't seem to be bothered by it, and it seems like she doesn't even care. If this was happening in the black box, those students will probably face the worst punishment they can get. I see the red-haired guy named Sudo sleeping soundly and that blonde-haired girl named Kei talking with her friends. I took a glance at Ayanokoji and it looks like he was feeling the same thing as me. The teacher stopped talking after the alarm for lunch break was heard. Students began to clean up their table and preparing to leave the classroom. Some girls invited me for lunch, but I politely declined all of their offer and just sat there. "You're pathetic." Out of nowhere, the girl named Horikita silently mumbled, but I clearly heard what she had said. "What's pathetic?" A confused voice of Ayanokoji replied to the words of Horikita. "This is interesting." I sharpened my hearing and focused on their conversation without them noticing it. "I want someone to invite me for lunch too. That's what you're thinking, right? What are you, a psychic?" "No, Ayanokoji, your thoughts are so obvious that it was almost laughable." "Poor guy. What do you think, Seal? Should I invite him?" "That can cause problems, master, but not for you at least. You're only making his misery much more painful." "That's true. Better keep listening for now. But you're alone too, aren't you? Haven't you thought about having friends?"
"I'd prefer to be alone, Ayanokoji." Quote, "Well, if you say so."
When both of them are still talking, the blonde boy named Hirata announced to the class, "I'm going to the cafeteria. Anyone wants to go with me?" Like a merchandise on a display, multiple girls crowded Hirata. But I noticed that Kio was slightly raising his hands but was unnoticed by Hirata.
How sad. Horikita's voice does not emit any empathy towards Kio at all. Instead, I can feel her scornful smile directed towards him.
"Does anyone else want to go with us?" Hirata gazed around the class, looking if there's still anyone who wants to join him. By the looks of it, there was no boys who approached him, just girls. I noticed that his gaze fell towards Kio and decides to call him out. "Hey, Ayano." Before he can even finish his words, he was dragged out by the girls outside the class. "Well then. Better luck next time, I guess." I looked around and saw Horikita left the classroom too. Kio was sitting there looking like someone stole his food. I decided to approach him at that point. "Hey Kio, wanna head lunch together?" As I approach him, I gave out my invitation while showing my casual friendly smile. "That would be nice. I'd love to." "He'd love to, huh?" Looks like he was taught how to act from that school. I can clearly feel that he was wary about me, but I still remained my friendly aura around him. "That's good. Shall we go now?" "Sure." We left the classroom together, but on the way to the cafeteria, curious stares are directed at us. Out of nowhere, a blonde short-haired girl approached us. "Hello. Ayanokoji-kun and Tempest-san. Sorry to bother you, but I just want to ask a question for Ayanokoji-kun." "For me?" "Yes. You're close friends with Horikita, right?" "I wouldn't say that we're that close. Him close with Horikita. I would say that they are acquainted, but what about it?" "Is that so? It's just because I see you and Horikita talking with each other at class that I assumed you were old friends." "Well, we do talk sometimes, but she doesn't see me as a friend or something. After all, I just met her yesterday." "Oh, okay. Sorry for bothering you. Did she do something?" "No, it's just I want to be friends with everyone, so I got almost everyone's phone number, but when I asked for hers, she blatantly denied it."
"She did, huh? She must have seen something wrong about this girl."
"Is that so? Well, I'm sorry to hear that." Kio apologized even if the situation does not concern him at all. I find it amusing how he can act like that. "Can I take your phone number?" By her serious attempt, I was surprised to say the least. Look at him. He's confused, isn't he? Foo, I laughed at my mind, but Kio still gave his phone number. "Here is my number." "Thank you. You can call me Kushida, so it's fine." "What about you, Tempest-san? May I have your number?" "I'd rather not." I gave a direct cold response to her. "She's weird." Why is she asking people for their number to begin with? Is that so? Sorry to disturb you, I gotta go. After that, she left and both of us started walking again. For you to be approached by a girl. You seems popular despite your robotic attitude, aren't you, Kio? I slightly teased him a bit and he looked at me quite peeved at my words. Come on. I'm just joking, so don't look at me like that. He listened to my words but decided to ask questions of his own. Hey Rim. Why are you being too close with me? What will you gain from involving yourself with someone like me? He's being suspicious of me now. Nothing much. I just saw you earlier with the sad look on your face, so I invited you. Really? That's nice of you. His guard is totally up, huh? After arriving at the cafeteria, Kio said that he wasn't feeling good about eating with me in a public place, so he asked me that he was going back to the classroom. Are you sure you don't want to? I mean, we're already here. There's a lot of people and I feel like we're going to be the center of attention if we continued. If that's the case, let's head towards the convenience store and buy something. We can eat those at our classroom too, so I think that would not pose a problem, right? Yeah. I think that would be best. Agreeing with me, both have turned around and headed towards the convenience store. I bought a packed sandwich with different fillings and a juice, while Kio brought some bread. We arrived at our class promptly without any incidents after our detour and placed my chair towards Kio's table. What are you doing? He asked me with a confused look on his face. What? You want me to eat alone? It's your idea that we eat in the classroom, right? So indulge me a little bit. He gave in quickly than I expected. It seems like arguing wouldn't help him right now, so he surrendered. Do as you please. Thanks. After putting my food in front of him, I heard him sigh and also sat down.
You're an odd one, Rim. I can clearly say the same to you, Kio.
So are you comfortable calling me that? Or is there any ulterior motives for that? Like a couple, both of us ate our food without speaking with each other. Horikita arrived at the classroom and took a glance towards us for a moment and sat down on her chair. Looks like you've already made a friend, Ayano-koji. She said while opening her own food. Yes. I don't know why, but she is insistent in being friends with me. Wait, what? I tried to not to notice his remarks and just kept eating. How lucky of you. Other boys might kill you if they heard that. We aren't alone in the classroom. There are also students who are currently taking their break inside the class, and all of their attention was to us. Scary. Sorry for pointing that out, Kio said without the hint of fear in his face. He just focused on eating and I did the same. Out of nowhere, the sounds of speakers was heard on our class. The announcer said that there would be a club fair in the gymnasium later, so students who are looking to join are requested to go there. Are you joining any club, Kio? No, I don't plan to, but I guess I can pass by there later. Is that so? Mind if I go with you? Number, not really. I see that Horikita was paying attention to our exchanges, so I also asked her. What about you, Horikita? Are you joining any clubs? No, I don't find joining club to be interesting. Besides, I'd like to be alone. Oh. Okay. Ending our conversation at that, I continued to finish my food. By the way, Tempest-san. You seem pretty close to Ayano-koji, aren't you? Even calling him by a nickname. Kio said that it was fine and we're also friends, so I don't find it wrong to begin with. She glanced at Kio, who seems unperturbed by the situation. You're something else, Ayano-koji. Earlier you looked like a lost kid who have no friends, but now, you've managed to befriend someone like her. What's that supposed to mean? Kio replied while chewing his food. Nothing. Nothing at all. After our lunch, the class continued like always. Students still didn't pay attention and so am I. I thought it won't be possible, but Kio is struggling to show how he really feels, isn't he? Yes. I noticed that he often hides his real intentions in that mask of his. All of my advances earlier was to see if what Ray told me was true. He said that the masterpiece was a cold person who rarely shows any emotions and only see people as nothing but to be used. He's right in some ways though, but I can't say for sure that it is what he wanted. I was thinking that maybe it was due to his upbringing that he turned up like that, but if he was able to learn how to express himself more, then maybe he can be the perfect human like what his father made him up to be. Seal. What if we shape him up a bit? What do you say? That's what I'm thinking. I'm having a hard time comprehending what you mean, master. I mean, what if I train him or something? It could be fun seeing a normal human achieve something spectacular, right? That is true. But that would expose Master's true nature, wouldn't it? That won't be a problem. I'm in a normal human body too right now, right? This body does not possess any magic from my previous self, but my memories and experiences are still intact. Also, if things went south, I can just make you rewind time, right? If we're talking about physical properties between him and you at your current form, I would say Master will not lose out to Ayanokoji. That's right. Even if my body is human, I've been training all my life in this world ever since Ray took me in the black box. The training in there was a total nightmare too for other children, but I was able to make it out fine. I think that's why Ray was so confident of me beating Kio. But I won't abide on his wishes now that I am free. Like what I have heard before. This school doesn't allow contact to the outside even if you're a family. So no matter how influential you are, those rules still affects you. I see why you chose this place, Kio. You wanted freedom from your nightmarish past and wanted to experience peace. I was also put on the same position, but the difference between us is, I didn't run away. They will be looking for him soon. I must prepare him when that day comes. Seal. Does his father know where he was? Currently he knows, but still are not making any moves.
That's good. Also, it seems like the White Room facility are still not able to recover, but chance or it will continue its operation in the coming year. So I have less than a year for his training. Yes. But Master doesn't need to bother himself for training Ayanokoji. He is a special human with talents that surpass the capabilities of a human mind.
If you say so, then what do you suggest I should do? Master can look over him. That's doable. I've decided, I'll have Kio's back for now. I'll watch over his actions, and if I found it destructive then I'll take actions. That should be enough for now. If he tries to use me then joke's on him, but I don't mind playing along to his actions. After thinking about it, I suddenly remembered something very important. Seal, I've been wondering. When is the right time to awaken my subordinates? Is it possible to transfer their souls here in this world? With you, Master, everything is possible, but I would advise you to think about it clearly. That's right. Sending them here now would only cause chaos, and that will end my entertainment. Although, I have a proposition I want Master to hear. Okay, go on. Master. If you wish, I can implant the souls and ego of some of your subordinates to the abandoned students of the black box. Implant their souls? Especially from the abandoned students? Am I hearing this right? Doing that is a clear violation to my principles, right? So why are you suggesting that? Seal knows that I don't like killing innocent, especially children, so why? Master. As of this moment, there's a lot of students dying in the black box facility. Their souls are totally gone and now undergoing in the cycle of reincarnation. So I thought I can use those bodies as the vessels for your subordinates. Well, if you put it that way then. I know I've said that black box is a place full of nightmare, but that was an understatement. It was far more worse than that. It was a training grounds for making us super soldiers, and they are conducting experiments to the students. I almost destroyed that facility long ago but held against it. I was not happy to see innocent die, but I am now a human child. Showing my powers are also stupid, as it would destroy the entire purpose of me going in here. I'll send Ray my payback later, and I'm going to make sure he suffers the worst from it. The truth is I didn't like the guy and his boss. So I planned on destroying the black box to stop their crazy underground operation after I'm all grown up and have the power within this world's standard to do so. Sure, do that, Seal. But make sure to transfer their souls to those who are clearly passed away, okay? Understood. Some of your subordinates will be transferred to a multiple bodies that ages from 14 years old. Their memories of Master will remain, and all of their skills and magic are now sealed. Good. I can't wait seeing you guys again. But while I wait, I'll prepare a stage for you guys to enjoy when you arrive. After finishing all my thoughts, the class ended and now we are heading towards the club fair.